Today on the farm, we're doing some deep tillage with a KMC ripper roller. The purpose of running the roller ripper is to eliminate the hard pan below the surface. We have a lot of red clay out here, and when you get a heavy rain year like this year, it packs the red clay down, it gets almost like concrete. And so we can come out here and do a light tillage, but it'll only break up the top 6 or 8 inches. And right below that, it's as hard as concrete. Nothing gets through it. The roots on our crops won't grow through it. The water will not go through it. It just runs off. So if we do a deep tillage with this roller ripper, it breaks the ground down deep and allows the water to get down into the water table. It also allows the roots of our crops to grow, become bigger, which then of course helps our crops to get bigger. So it's important to do the roller ripper during the winter months so we can get that deep tillage down, help the roots grow, and to help that water sink in. We get a lot of rain during the winter, and we got to let that water sink into the ground where it needs to be instead of sitting on top and rolling off. I'm using a Trimble guidance system today to pull this ripper roller. We have both Green Star and Trimble on this farm. We've been using guidance for about 11 or 12 years. So a lot of experience with both systems. I prefer the Trimble. They're both systems are quirky and can be difficult to use it sometimes. But from my personal experiences, I like the Trimble better than the Green Star. I'm not going to say it's better, but I prefer it from my experiences. So the way this ripper roller works, I'm running the bottom 14, 15 inches of this shank in the ground. As we do that, these points will slowly wear out. This is a new point. You see here, this one's getting worn out. I have to replace it shortly. They breaking up the ground down there in the deep hard pan. If we hit something like a rock, which is not common here, but some fields we have is, the shear bolt will break and the whole foot will kick back. You don't want to have a hard bolt. You want to have a bolt that'll break so the foot will kick back and you don't damage this whole foot, this whole shank. You want the bolt to break so that you just replace a little cheap bolt and not replace a whole foot. We also have these shin guards on here, and as we go through this hard red clay, these shin guards will wear out. These are still pretty new, but I'll check them as I go through here, and I'll see, here's one starting to wear a little bit. They'll, as they get worn, they'll start to dip down like that, and then they'll start wearing into the side of this foot, and we don't want the foot to wear out. So these protect the foot. These rollers back here help to mash down any clods, so if we're ripping really deep and these points are bringing up some big clods, these rollers will mash it back down so the ground will be nice and smooth behind it. We also custom fabbed a scraper to go across the back. We found out that the scraper that come on it, which was just a piece of angle iron, these would gum up in wetter conditions, and when that turned up and hit that little angle iron scraper, it would stop the wheel from spinning, and then we'd drag up a big pile of mud, just make a heck of a mess. So John custom fabbed this heavy duty scraper, and we have not yet had the roller get stopped because of wet conditions since this. Now we have the roller will stop occasionally because it's too sandy of a condition. Put too much pressure on the roller and sand, it'll drag up a pile, but with this super heavy duty scraper, moisture's not a problem for us anymore. So here you see the difference from where I run and where I hadn't run. Out here, where those rollers are smoothing everything out behind that shank, it's nice and smooth and flat. It's actually really soft out here, and Here we've just done some shallow cultivation. It's a lot firmer ground. We have to run this shallow cultivation ahead of that though, so that we can get the optimal results that we need. But you see what kind of job it's doing here. If it were to rain out here today, tomorrow, behind this thing, you would sink to your knees in this field. That really, really loosens up the ground, makes it super soft, which is good for our plant growth.